What's going on, guys? And today, I don't know if you guys have been following, but an ESPN report by Tim McMahon came out basically talking about the verbal abuse, allegedly, don't want to get sued, that Rick Carlisle had at the end of his time there and the turmoil, basically that led to his departure, and also why Luka Doncic hated him. Basically, because Rick Carlisle treated people like shit. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think of this report? Mind me, I just woke up and I played like 4 games at the rec yesterday, so I'm kind of sore. Let's get right into this video and let's talk about it. The Mavericks held the ninth overall pick in the 2017 NBA draft, coming off a sub 500 record for the first time since the 99-2000 season. And Dennis Smith Jr. was an athletic guard out of NC State, and he was elected with that pick that they had at ninth overall. He averaged about 15.2 points in 69 games his rookie year. And then that following season, they made a draft day deal, which sent Trae Young to the Atlanta Hawks and Luka Doncic to the Dallas Mavericks. Okay, and with Luka Doncic and Dennis Smith Jr., the Dallas Mavericks hoped to form this 1-2 punch. And immediately, the two guards became fast friends, like best friends. According to a detailed report by Tim McMahon of ESPN, Smith and Doncic lived in the same apartment building, played video games all the time together. Dennis Smith Jr. actually showed Luka around the city of Dallas in preparation for his first season and helping like acclimate to the United States. And the Mavs leaned into that friendship too, pairing the second year guard and the rookie together on media day and having them stand side by side in local billboards and advertisements. However, Rick Carlisle did not have the same affinity for this duo, specifically Dennis Smith Jr., okay? And his treatment of the guard was obvious to everyone inside the organization. Rick Carlisle coached the Dallas Mavericks for a total of 13 seasons, the most in franchise history. And that success is shadowed now by his strained relationship with Luka Doncic during his final years as the head coach. According to this new, kind of breaking news, hard reporting, hard hitting report, Rick Carlisle's treatment of the former first round pick Dennis Smith Jr. is one of the reasons why him and Doncic never got along. Smith's Maverick career just lasted 101 games before the 6'2" guard was shipped to the New York Knicks in exchange for Kristaps Porzingis. A bigger reason why, as it turns out, had to do with the coach's feelings about the 2017 first round pick. As Tim McMahon reported, Carlisle sourced like, I don't even know why I just said source, but Tim McMahon was the source, but Carlisle didn't really like him after his rookie season, like literally halfway through the year. But even though his numbers were solid, it wasn't enough to convince the coach that the high usage guard with a mediocre jumper was worth building around being a franchise cornerstone. And it was only further hammered when Doncic arrived, according to Tim McMahon. And this is a quote I'll put up right now. Multiple players were shocked during one early season team meeting when Carlisle accused Smith of being jealous of Doncic, sources said. The players considered it incredibly unfair to Smith, who wasn't playing well but was making an honest effort to mesh with Doncic on the court. Doncic particularly resented what he perceived as Carlisle's attempt to pit him against his friend and teammate, team sources said, Tim McMahon of ESPN. The ESPN report included other anecdotes that illustrated an abrasive, demeaning, and, demanding culture during the Carlisle's last few seasons with the Mavericks. In 2018, the players reached a near mutiny that led to Carlisle giving former assistant coach Jamal Mosley, who's now the head coach of the Orlando Magic, more communicative responsibility because Carlisle came to view Mosley's close connection with Doncic and players as a threat. Okay? That's kind of weird. Carlisle failed to help the Mavericks two stars bond because he had poor relationships with Doncic, who at times shouted and cursed at Carlisle in public view during games, and Porzingis, who disliked his offensive role that prohibited post-ups and relegated him to a corner shooting decoy during the 2021 playoffs. Carlisle's treatment of Smith may have led to the decline of a once promising player in Dennis Smith Jr., and he's still only like 24 years old. He's already on his fourth team. He's averaging about 6 points in 18 minutes a night this year for the Trailblazers. But the relationship between Luka and Carlisle soured, leading to the Mavericks making a change at the coaching position and their executive positions last offseason. As it turns out, a big reason why is because of how the current Indiana Pacers boss treated Smith and others. It wasn't really about how Rick treated Luka. A player from the 2018-2019 Mavericks told ESPN, Luka hated how Rick treated other people. Tension only grew between Doncic and Carlisle, with veterans like JJ Barea being asked to serve as a liaison between the star and coach. Although the coach didn't attempt like to initially patch things up, but he did at the end try to patch things up with Luka before he left. And with Jason Kidd at the helm, the Mavericks are hoping to put this all past them. So that was it. I want to hear you guys' thoughts. Carlisle is a douchebag.